7 things you should stop doing to your children. And it is very, very unfortunate to think that some parents do this ignorantly. They don't do it because they don't want to raise good and responsible adults, but they do this because they feel they love their children and they would want to do every single thing to make their children happy and love them. But then are there times when you overdo things? Well, that is what we are going to talk about in this video. I'm going to list out 7 things you should never do to your children. And remember, do not say I am not married. Do not say I do not have children. Also remember that in the future you have intentions of raising a family of your own. And I can categorically tell you that most times people raise the very opposite of what they had intended before they got married. Okay, you have so much good ideas in your head of how you intend to raise your children, and then when you find yourself in a position as a parent, as a mother, you find yourself raising the very opposite of what you had intended or what you had planned. Okay, so these are the 7 things I want you to make adjustments in your life that would really, really help you. Okay, let me know if there are other things you feel I should have mentioned under the comment section. Now, the very first thing you should stop doing to your children is stop doing everything for your children. Okay? When your child reaches some certain stage in his life, some certain age in his life, let this child do some certain things for himself. As I understand that there are parents that have the luxury of a help, and a lot of domestic staffs that could actually help them with a lot of things. But when your child reaches some certain stage in life, let this child stop depending on the parent or the help to do some certain things. Teach this child to do some certain things for himself and for you. Okay? That way you're raising a responsible adult in the future. Okay, I understand that there are times you need these things to be done faster, and because of that you call the help. But do not forget that you're actually raising the help and not your child. Teach your child to do some certain things for himself. Okay? Now, the second thing we are going to consider is stop your children from overusing technology. Yes, please. I know you have the luxury of buying them the best Apple tablet, the best laptop, the best electrical gadgets and all of that. But please, stop your child from overusing technology. It gets addictive. When we were kids, if you would tell yourself the truth, we only had televisions and radios. Okay, and most times when we get back from school, we do the house chores, we do everything we need to do, we take our shower, we take a nap. And then that television is something you go to your mom and you're like, Mommy, please, can I watch the TV? Okay? And then if your mom lets you watch the TV, it's like a reward for being a good child, for doing the things you need to do. Okay? And you only have limited time to watch the TV. I am telling you this because you come to most households and you see the children, they're all at home and none is saying anything to the other because everybody is focused on his or her own electronic gadgets, on his tablet. Please, stop your children from overusing technology. Please. Now, number 3, a lot of parents may not really find this to be necessary, but please, stop overspending on your child. Yeah, you have the money, you can afford anything this child wants. If you're to get them things that they need. Do not overspend on your child. I do not want to overflog this particular topic because I know a lot of parents may not agree with me, but do not overspend on your child. Stop overspending on your child. Now, number 4 could actually explain why you should stop overspending on your child. Stop spoiling them. That is the number 4. You spoil a child when you get everything they want. Children understand the parents more than the parents think they do. You spoil your child when you get your child every single thing this child points his or her fingers on. Okay? If you're taking your child to school and this child wants a particular sweet that you know is not too good for his body system or for her system as a child, you say no. There is nothing wrong for a parent to say no when necessary. If you spoil your children when you get them every single thing they want. And believe me when I tell you that life does not always go that way. It gets to a point when as adults, if they can't a particular thing, they can't deal with it. Stop spoiling your children by getting them every single thing they lay their fingers on, they point at, you get it for them because you can afford them. That is not love. Even the Bible says, spare the rod and spoil the child. Teach your children gratitude. That is the next one. Teach your children appreciation. Teach your children to say thank you. Teach your children to have feelings. Teach your children to love. Okay? Do not watch your children say things that they shouldn't say to people just because they are their domestic helps. You watch your child use the same language that you use on your help, and you think, yes, it is his father's house, it is his mother's house. That is not raising your child. Teach your child to be appreciative. Okay, this would only make this child in the future, when this child, when this child gets some things, this child will show appreciation. We watched a video a few months ago where a mother bought a very beautiful car for her 17-year-old child, and this child said it's bullshit that she doesn't want the car. She wanted a specific type of car, and because the mother cannot afford that particular car on her big day, this child rubbishes and insults the mother. That is because this child has always gotten whatever he wants. So he cannot show appreciation for what he doesn't want. Teach your children to show appreciation. Teach your children to appreciate anything you do for them. If you come back and somehow you get them a little sweet, a little thing as a cookie, let them show appreciation for it. Okay? Now, this is how you do it. If you come back from the market and you hand some good things to your children that you bought, maybe while you were going to the market, your child has said, "Mommy, please buy this particular thing for me." And while at the market, you forgot, it skipped your memory, and you bought, you've almost spent all the money you went to the market with. And then the little money you have remaining, you buy something for him, either a biscuit for him or her. And when you get back, you give this child the biscuit, and the child like, "Mommy, this is not what I asked for. I told you to buy cake for me. You didn't buy cake, you bought biscuit." That shouldn't be the first thing the child should say. The child should learn to say, "Oh, Mommy, thank you. Because he didn't work for that money I'm using to buy that biscuit for him." Okay? It is out of my own goodwill that I decided to buy that thing for him. And you must not buy things for him every single time you step out, because when you don't, children get addicted to some habits. When you don't, they start feeling bad. They have become entitled. Do not spoil your children. Now, another thing that I want parents to pay attention is stop ignoring bad habits. If you see your child doing something he or she shouldn't be doing, leave the phone, leave whatever you're doing, and scold that child at that point. Because while this child is doing this thing, he is also observing how you react to such behavior. And if you ignore him because you're on the phone, you're not doing that child any good. So stop ignoring bad behavior. If you see your child use some certain words he or she shouldn't use, scold your child. It is love when you scold these children, because this child will one day grow to become an adult. And when this child becomes an adult, that very things you taught him as a child is what makes him a good adult or a bad one. Okay? Please. The last one on our list is stop being inconsistent in discipline. "Oh, you see this thing that you did today? If I come back today, I am going to flog you." And then you go out, you come back, and you pretend as if nothing happened. If you had promised this child that you would scold him or her, scold the child. Okay? Stop being inconsistent in your discipline. A child does something wrong, you're supposed to scold, you overlook. He does another thing, you overlook. He does another thing, you overlook. I don't want to overflog this issue. I believe the English is very, very clear. You understand it. For you to be a good parent, there are certain things you need to teach your child. These things you teach him now is what makes him a good adult in the future. Remember, spare the rod and spoil the child. And a child can never forget the discipline of his father when he becomes an adult. What you teach your child now is what makes him a good adult when he grows up. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video. And also share this video with other parents, okay? We all hope for the best. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye.